Well, well, well. Another episode of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. This is episode 64. It's been a long road and it's been a long day. We try to get our guest TDG7. See if we can get him right quick. What's up, Forte B More? What's up, 357 Nas? About to get started here in just a second. Okay, there is our guest. Just sent him an invite. We'll see if we can get this cracking. All right, there we go. What's going on? What's up? You all right?
Can you hear me? Shorty C94.
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
I can hear you fine. I can hear you real good.
Okay, man. Well, welcome to the show, man. How you feeling today?
Okay, thank you for inviting me here.
No problem, man. No problem. So we talked the other day. Told you how the show, I should say, breaks down. So, why don't you just introduce yourself to everybody, let everybody know who you are.
Okay, this is the realest TDG. Hold it down in NC. If y'all don't know, kind of travel a little bit from down south to up north, back to down south. And we both love the fashion game, especially sneakers.
For sure. All right. We'll just jump right into quarter one. Talk about, our sneaker origins. So what was that first sneaker that set it off for you?
What was that first shoe that got me in the game?
Mm-hmm.
It was a 9. It was an OG 9, Olive 9.
Okay.
Actually, they call it the Space Jams. I was unfortunate enough that I couldn't get it. It sold out immediately. And back then, they usually don't sell out when I live up north in Brooklyn, New York. And I wasn't too fond of it, but they had plenty of Olive 9s left in my size. And when I put it on, I wasn't too fond of it until I started getting a lot of love walking down the street, and I just fell in love because honestly, people didn't see that color during that time. They were so used to the red, white, black colorway. Reverse the colors any kind of way, but they usually don't see that color in the Jordan brand. So then I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I feel it. I really feel like if Michael Jordan had been playing that season, he probably would have wore the olives in the All-Star game because they always had that weird color like the aquas or the Bordeaux. So that probably would have been the All-Star shoe had he been playing.
Right, I agree. He always bring out some heat during the All-Star games.
Yeah, man. Okay. So, all right, we got the Olive 9, what I'm saying, what kicked it off, started it off for you. So what was that next shoe where you was like, all right, I'm in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with this.
That's right. Rewind that again?
I said, so, all right, you got the Olive 9, so that was kind of like your first, real taste of it. But, like, what was that next shoe that kind of solidified it where you like, all right, I'm in this, the sneaker life?
Honestly, it wasn't a Jordan. It wasn't a Nike. It was nothing that you think will be popular now. It was Grant Hills.
Okay.
I think the Grant Hill 2, the white and patent leather, blue, navy blue, patent leather with the white leather. I put those on, and I just felt like, man, because me and my younger brother had received it together. And that was on a different level because I never seen no shoe that looked anything similar to it. So that was the shoe that really got me hyped, feeling myself was the Grant Hill 2.
I remember that. I remember that was when I was in 9th grade. Like, if you didn't have the Concords or the Penny ones, you had the Grant Hills. So I remember that.
I had the Grant Hills. Yeah, I had the Grant Hills.
Those was hot. Okay. All right. Now, I know personally that you've been all over. You've been down south Florida. You've been to New York. You've obviously been in NC. you know, since you've been an adult, you know what I mean? Like, you've been to all these places. When you were young, you know, what was the go-to spot when you were getting your kicks or your peoples was getting your kicks? Where were you going to get them from?
Honestly, it was Foot Locker, your mom and pop stores. I live in an era like everywhere that I went to, experienced that the mom and pop stores had the exclusives that you never seen in every city. It wasn't like you can go on stock ads and grab anything you want. It'll be a person that come from out of town, from a different city with a mom and pop stores and had a shoe that you never seen before to make you want to go to their city and go get it. But the major retailer I went to was Foot Locker, honestly, when they usually have the shoe in the disc spots. They brought that back recently, but for some time they dealt away with it. But when it was in a display box and it was easy to get, I usually went to Foot Locker. But the mom and pop stores had the exclusive.
Got you. Got you. Okay. All right. Now, you know, when we all young, you know, we start working, you know, a lot of times we start working to buy our own clothes, our own shoes. And I know, you know, you and I have had convos about this, but what was your first job at?
Honestly, my first job on the books was McDee's. For real, McDee's was the first one. But off the books, I was just doing any kind of hustle. Wash a dog, cut your grass, anything I can do to get my hands on $1 to get those new kicks. So,
okay. Well, do you remember the first shoe that you bought with your own money?
yeah, I do. And that was crazy that you took me back to that place. It was an N1 shoe. It was affordable. You know, cutting grass, you're not going to make too much if you're a little man. That's before I worked at McDonald's. My first job off the books, I got an N1 shoe, and it was red, white, and black. And I wore those things till the reflector came off. When they were doing a lot of N1 mistape videos and things of that nature, I was really hyped. I mean, I think this was the time when Iverson was real hot, and N1 was very hot. So that was my first pair of shoes I really purchased on my own was my N1 sneaker.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll just jump right in, you know what I'm saying, to the second quarter, you know, which is a little bit more recent sneaker pass. Now you're a little older, you know, you got, you know, more swag, more money to play with. So, you know, when you were coming up, who was like your main style influence? Was it somebody on TV? Was it somebody you knew, somebody from the neighborhood, a cousin, a sibling, anybody like that?
Honestly, I gotta give credit to hip hop, man. There's so many different influential people like with different styles. Honestly, the Cameron era with Dipset, that was the major influence on me, man. I had oversized clothes with bright colors with everything. Who was honestly, I like MC Hammer, but I didn't really get a style from him. I just like the way he moved with his glasses and haircuts and stuff of that nature. So, you know, he wasn't big on the kicks, you know, he was more loafers and things of that nature, man. But really took it for me was the Diplomats, man, how they brought up custom shoes and Air Force Ones, Timberlands, things of that nature, man. So the Diplomats really had me going.
Yeah, it was really a movement. I mean, from like '02, probably all the way up to like '05, like to me, you know, they were the main style icons. I mean, it wasn't just the pink, because everybody just always goes to the picture of Cameron with the baby fat phone.
Right.
But
Right.
those Jeff Hamilton jackets with all the logos on them, the
Right.
fresh to
The
them,
U.S. flag,
yeah.
the airbrushing. It's like they took everything for hip hop and made it themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the Air Force Ones with the Coogee in the panels and just all kinds of stuff. It's like, man, I wouldn't have thought of that, man. You know, yeah. Those guys were great, and I feel like the Diplomats, they get some props for style, but for that era, I don't feel like they get enough props. So,
I agree.
That, man. Now, During that time, since we're in that time now, you're a little older, you working. What brands were you rocking with during said time? Like, what clothing brands was you buying?
During the time of when I was like really fond of the diplomats. That's what you asking?
Yeah, and when you was getting a little money, you know what I'm saying, working or whatever, you buy.
Okay. I always been a person that was like different. Everybody moving so much. I seen the city has similar styles, but different things they go to. So when I started getting a little bit of bread, no lie, I started buying things that the area wouldn't wear in my area. Whatever was popular in my area, I would get the opposite that was popular somewhere else. So I actually bought some Dada Supremes,
Mm.
some Everett sneakers, which I'm not gonna lie, it was cheaply made, but it looked good.
And it was hot.
Um, it was hot. Yeah, the boots was better than the sneakers, but I remember getting those and think I was real fresh with Dada Supreme and Everett's. And when of course, still Deion Sanders. I like the Deion Sanders Diamond Turfs. I remember getting a pair of those as well. So that was the most memorable time when I started getting a little bread. Feeling myself.
All right, now we're still in this time, so I'm gonna need you to reflect on this because everybody has that moment. What was the first outfit that you had that you was really cracking heads with, like niggas like, Dad, man, where you get them, or what was that first outfit?
The first outfit that I got was when I took that leap and spent more than what I'm used to spending. Like $100, $110 was high. But I took that leap with some boots, I think called a Vegas edition. It had a deck of cars inside the Timberland. And you can get it from Athlete Foot. Athlete Foot was the only people that I knew that had them. And I actually traveled to North Carolina from up north to get them. And that was tough, man. I put those on, a lot of my up north cats and down south cats was on Timberlands around the time when the Durangos was hot. And when I put those on, man, they lost their mind, man. I paid $220, and I lost my mind, too, when I left that store. I was crying a little bit from joy and the price tag, but I was happy with them when I put them on. With a, if you don't remember it, with the anime button up.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's good times. I remember them with the cards. I remember we had one spot in Cleveland that had them. There's a spot in Cleveland. It's called Golden Shoes downtown. It was the only spot that had like limited Timberlands like that. So that definitely was a time. Props to you. Back to those. I forgot all about them. Okay. Man. All right. So now I do have to ask, were there any shoes from back in the day that you had wanted but you wasn't able to put your hands on for whatever reason, like they sold out or you just couldn't get them? Was there ever was able to get back there?
Well, it's not tracking too far ago, but I don't know what it is. And I mean, I have the money and then it just increased tremendously when I did have the money for it. Was the Superman 4, the Dawn Breakers 4s.
Got you.
I have a tough time getting those, and at this point, it's like, is it even worth it because of the age on it, due to soul separation or the condition? It's a tough shoe to get, even if you have the money. Is it even worth the money? Can you wear it? I mean, it's almost going to be a display shoe, and I'm the type of person I like to wear it.
Yeah.
I don't like to just box my shoes. I like to put them on.
Nah, I feel that. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll get them. I mean, I'll be on the lookout for you. I know your size, so you know what I'm saying. I'll definitely be looking out, seeing if I see it for a decent price. But all right, so we'll go into to the halftime right quick. That we'll talk about. We're about to get in the third quarter, which is sneaker present. During halftime, we'll talk about what was your best pickup in 2021.
The best pickup. Honestly, my best pickup is something that people slept on. I'm not even saying sleep on. It's probably not even popular to a lot of people. Is the NYC Air Force One Jules. the gray,
Yeah, I had.
the all gray. I actually
Mm-hmm.
had when I initially got it was a kid from my mother, and it had a light tint on it of gray, but I think they changed it to white a little bit. But man, that was the shoe for me. Believe it or not, it was the Air Force One because I was so shocked for them to bring it out. Usually, Air Force Ones of that nature don't come back out again. It's like a one and done.
Yeah, and
So
I
for
mean,
that to come out, it blew my mind.
yeah, and I mean that was iconic in hip hop. I mean, everybody remembers Prodigy wearing them on the front of the IC cover, and
Right.
Jay-Z on the with the lawn chair and the hood with his feet kicked up. As soon as I got them, I thought about them pictures in my YouTube video when
Right.
I'm like, I got these. The Jewel Air Force One was a movement. I mean, it was definitely one of them things. I mean, we old, so we remember it, but for the younger cast, it's like, man, you had to be there because like 96, 97, 98, it was just the Jewel Forces. It wasn't really no regular force.
Right.
I feel like 98 was when they started making them regular again, but Jewel Forces were
Right.
hot. Remember, I had the Ray Lewis Miami Hurricanes jersey with the swoosh right
Wow.
here. And I had the orange white rules. Tell me shit, you know.
They couldn't tell you nothing when you wore it, right? And they couldn't tell you nothing when you wore that, man.
Fresh Tommy jeans, that football jersey, the Jewel Forces. Tell me nothing.
Oh man.
One of my
Yeah, man, you took it back.
Them Nike college jerseys used to be raw with the swoosh right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No name on it, but you would know, oh, that's 52. That's Ray Lewis. You know, so
Right.
yeah, good times, good times. Now, what was your most regrettable purchase, sneaker wise, of 2001? I mean,
Oh man.
like, man, why buy these, man?
Oh, in 2021. That's tough, man. I see potential almost everything right now. Let's see.
I got one.
Well, do you tell me? Maybe I'll think about why you tell me.
All right, now I have no problem saying I'm a bit of a weirdo when it comes to the kicks. I have all the regular stuff, but if it's something weird, I shouldn't say I regret buying it, but I haven't really figured out what to do with it yet. I bought these Reebok Club C's that they made for Kung Fu Panda. And
Right.
they were just so random. I mean, they were only like $40 or $50, but I'm like, after I got them, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna wear with these, man? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Earth Tone, I know I got something, but I'm like, yeah, I probably should have just on that one. So
man, look, so honestly, Shorty, see, like what it is now, I'm very selective because I made a whole bunch of error in the past with shoes. You know, so I'm very selective. So I mean, if you don't mind, I could take it back further. I got a big regret that I purchased far as shoes, and that was the lugs. I don't know what I was thinking. I bought these big, thick lugs.
Lug?
Lugs, man. And it looked like the shoe itself looked like pants, a bell bottom shoe, man. And boy, I did not get no love for those at no era.
Hey, I remember Lugs was hot in the 90s, the late 90s. We were all,
You don't understand. Y'all got the cool lugs. I got some lugs that nobody seen before that look like a bus.
Yeah, with our shoe size, ain't nothing nice about that.
Right.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. That's the question I can think of now. I bought some polo canvas shoes. And it looked good in person, but when I put it on, man, they creased and stained the first day I wore them. So that was most regrettable shoe of the year, man.
All right. I live with that.
I was 20.
I understand.
Yeah, that was, I ain't gonna lie, that was garbage, man. That was garbage. Not putting all polo shoes down, Ralph Lauren, but those was garbage.
Hey, before we get into this third quarter, I ain't gonna lie to you. I still fuck with the polo boots. I still got like 12, 13 styles.
Yeah.
But I can't wear anything but Ralph Lauren clothes. I can't wear them with nothing else but that. It's got to be like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I can't be wearing.
Okay.
You know,
it's like you don't do the Adidas or Nike.
Nah. I mean,
okay.
I ain't on here. but like with the polo boots specifically, especially if you got a Ranger or a Brady, it's always right with polo clothes to me. It's always been like that.
Right.
You know, I ain't gonna wear it with no Tommy or no Guess. And normally
No, nah.
but if I'm wearing some Tommy and I'm wearing some boots, I probably just wear some Timbs.
Right.
You
That
know.
makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into the third quarter. The third quarter is sneaker prep. Now, again, we're old, so obviously this is a new era of sneakers for us compared to how it was. But what's one thing about today's shoe game that you like as opposed to how it was?
Okay, repeat that again.
What's one thing about the current shoe game that you actually like that wasn't the way it was before?
Okay, I can honestly admit, back then, like I say, you had to travel to different cities and hope you find that shoe that wasn't in your city. What I like about the game now, you can just get online and click a button, as long as you have the money and get any shoe you want almost now. I mean,
Yeah.
almost any year and from back then to now. That means it's wearable, but you can almost get any shoe and we got a lot of restorations as well. So a lot of people was doing that as well compared to when I was growing up. I never heard of anyone doing that unless you had a hard bottom shoe, ready to go to church or something. But as far as the sneaker, no. So
Yeah.
I like how that game so. Yeah, I remember somebody said you want to get your shoes done. I took some sneakers there. He was like, "Nah, I'm talking about hard bottoms."
I feel that.
So I like the game. I like how the game changed with that.
Yeah. I guess for me, the thing I like the most is just the amount of information and how fast you can get the information. You remember we used to look at Slam and it would be like the shoe would either say out now or it'd be like, yeah, it comes out in February or February 1st. But you know it ain't gonna be there on no February 1st. That's just a little placeholder. You know what I mean?
Right,
Where now you get the specific date, the specific time it releases. So I like the amount of information. I will say I'm gonna just say that I like the amount of information and the fact that like the other day when you and I were talking on the phone, we were talking about shoes that come out in September and it's just January. We wouldn't have been able to do that back.
right,
So
right.
the information. Now, what's one thing from the shoe game we grew up with that you used to hate back then?
So you want to know what did I hate back then?
Yeah, about the game
Compared,
now.
okay, what I hate back then compared to now.
Yes.
Um, Honestly, the line. I didn't like the line. The Kappa thing, we didn't do Kappa, but the line wasn't bad. Honestly, I thought it was bad when I was growing up. It got worse when we got older. People started camping and things of that nature. That was way different. But as far as when I was growing up, getting up early in the morning was a bad thing for me. I didn't like getting up early in the morning, but usually when you get up early in the morning, you get your pair of shoes you wanted. I didn't like the line, and like I said, there's pros and cons to everything. I didn't like the fact if I see somebody with some exclusive on, a lot of my New York brothers or Jersey brothers, I'm pretty sure you understand where I'm coming from because you're from up north, that they came to the South with some stuff. I'm like, yo, where you get that from? Oh, well, back home. I got it from up north. I'm like, I didn't like that part of the game. Most of the time I wasn't able to go up north and get those pair of shoes.
Yeah.
I had to get what was around the area. So
Yeah.
those were the two things I didn't like.
And see, the reason I ask those questions is because, I feel like there's a huge divide, and it used to be men and women, in the shoe game where it was a divide. But to me now, it's older people and younger people dividing. Whereas us, like back in the day, Jordan 11s was $125. We live that. We remember that. And you got these new heads that don't want to. We don't want to give them props, and they don't want to give us props. So you know what I mean? It's kind of where it's like it wasn't all good back then, just like it ain't
Right.
bad now. That's why I asked that
Right.
question. But
I feel you.
yeah, now what is TDG's go-to pair that you wearing right now, man? I know we all got a lot of sneakers, but what's that one pair? If you about to go step out with your girl, you know what I'm saying? You going to, I don't know. Let's say you going to Four Seasons. What you wearing?
Okay.
You want to
Okay. Look, you said it right. So you asking me basically what's my go-to shoe. I call them the kill 'em shoes, right? So the question you asked me is not a kill 'em shoe. A kill
Yes.
'em shoe to me is like, oh, I ain't see that in a while. That's a limited shoe type of deal. It stands out by itself, whatever you wear. But my go-to shoe right now, believe it or not, man, I've been heavy on Reeboks. I think the quality is good. But some type of Reeboks I put on is Iversons. I've been wearing a lot of Iversons lately.
Okay.
Oh, the questions and answers in
Okay.
particular.
Okay. Yeah, that answer 4 is
They
because
real comfortable to slide on and off.
yeah, yeah. You gonna grab the original white and blue that's supposed to come out in March.
Oh
Grab
yeah, you know it. Oh, you know it. You know it. You know it. With a little hit of red on it, of course.
yeah.
um,
Well, I do have to mention, I mean, today is 2-year anniversary of us, losing Kobe. Do you got any Kobe's in your collection, or you rock with any of them? Or?
honestly, you know how people want to front. May he rest in peace. He's a great basketball player. I always respected him. I had a love-hate situation with him. I love to see him play, but I hate to see him win. Until he got with Shaq. I'm a big fan of Shaquille O'Neal, so when he got with him, I kind of humbled myself. But honestly, man, my favorite shoe for him is the Gumbos. I don't know what it is about that shoe. It's the Gumbo, I think, nines. And
Yeah.
a Christmas ornament, I don't remember the number because I wasn't a huge fan of Kobe. I just liked some things. I wasn't big on low tops. I also stuck in my ways on high tops. When he brought that era of low tops, honestly, I like it better when he was with Adidas because his shoes were more unique. But when he got with Nike, he had two other people, KD and what's the other guy name? I can't think. His shoes look similar. Uh,
You got
what
Kyrie,
looks
or
similar to the KD? Kyrie, yeah, Kyrie, KD's, and Kobe shoes look similar at one point. So I kind of did away from it for a little bit. But my favorite one is the Gumbos and the Adidas he wore, the Crazy Eights, and the one that looked like robots.
yeah.
I got a lot of slack for those, man. It was a hater lover shoe because I remember the Jordan came out with a Jumpman with the strap in front of it. And it was all gray at the same day. And people were like, why you didn't get the Jordans? Because I was more gravitate to the how different that looked, that Kobe shoe, that robot look. But those were heavy cement shoes. Gave it more respect. Like, how do you ball in those? How do you dunk? I could barely walk in these.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. How they were
that's
different.
probably someone with the Kobe's. I'm looking forward towards I think the 98s. They call it 98s. Kobe's. I'm looking forward towards those. But as far as that, it's not too many Kobe's that I'm really going towards seeking and purchasing.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Now, we all have wins and losses in this game. What's the hardest loss sneaker wise or hardest L you ever, took with the kicks?
Okay, it's two. I'll never forget it. So remember when your people tell you when you come home, you change to your play clothes or your house clothes, take off your school clothes. So I had a pair of Dion's Diamond Earth. It was like limited. It was brown and gold. Never seen nothing like it before. I went under the sink, not listening, and I poured bleach all over my shoe by accident. So, not knowing at that time what to do, I wiped it, trying to wipe it off, trying to wipe bleach, and it it made it brighter. So that was one regret. Of course, my people got on me. They said you're gonna wear that shit the rest of the year, and I did. One shoe looked like what the Deion Sanders. So that's the one shoe. The second shoe was probably about 5 years ago. I bought the cements, the OG cement fours. And I put them on thinking like, I'm gonna be fresh with the Nike in the back and all that. And bust on me. Like somebody shot my shoe. So those are my two regrets right there.
Damn. So you got the pair from '99 and they cracked on you.
Yeah, I had it for 99, not being knowledgeable of what happens. I have the knowledge now from that shoe because I did a lot of research. But I'd have no clue. I was happy to own a pair of OGs, and especially those. When I got those, man, I was happy. Thinking of Do the Right Thing. I don't know if a lot of people remember that movie, man, but I felt like the man when I had those shoes on. I took pictures. Man, as soon as the picture was over, I walked a little bit. The whole sole crumbled.
Yeah, I can still see the dude saying, "Man, you're Jordan." And then Martin said, "Oh."
Yeah,
The dude
man said, "I'll fuck you up 2 times." Yeah, I'll never forget that. That was my favorite part right there.
I want you to move on my block. Like, I own this brown.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Good times. You know, with you wearing a little bit of everything, you aren't just Nike or Jordan or just Adidas or whatever. Who do you think? Well, you know what? Before we go into quarter four, give me your top shoe release of 2021. Like, what was the shoe of the year for you?
The shoe of the year of 2021. I gotta say, I mean, I like the fact they brought the. No, matter of fact, it's hard to say one for me. It's like they had to be siblings. It got to be siblings because I'm a sneakerhead. It's hard to just say one. It's hard. It's really hard. So I had to throw it in the bag if you don't mind. It's gonna be the Reebok Pumps D Browns.
Okay.
A high top and black, and the white ones I was excited about because I haven't brought those out in a while. Those the shoes of the year for me. Those two, and they actually brought the South Beach back out. So I was happy about those shoes. I didn't expect to come out. Kind of got me. So those the shoes for me, and the Air Force Ones, like I told you, the Jews going back to those, man. Those four in there was the shoes of the year. I couldn't have one without the other. They family, so try to keep them together now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm ashamed to say it. I've never owned that D Brown. Every time it's come out, it slips through.
Like, man, you gotta try it.
Yeah,
you gotta get a pair.
I had the regular pair.
Oh man.
So, and I'm not willing to pay. Niggas be wanting $250. Like nah, man.
Oh,
$100 shoe for.
Oh man, look.
40.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, man.
Like, I want to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Dunking. You know what I'm saying? I want to that. Oh, man.
But they so comfortable, man. They so comfortable. The leather quality is really good.
Like I said, the pair I have, it's black and red, and it's a Basquiat collab with Reebok, so it's a bunch of all over it. It's cool, but I still need that black, white, and orange pair. And again, it's
right.
My wife has. I gotta watch her wear them. It's like, dang, man, I wish I had to.
Oh man, yeah.
It's hard, but
you be like, I need to scrape my feet or something if I could try more.
Cut off my toes so I can wear her shoes, man. You know.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll get into the fourth quarter. It's the last quarter. It's sneaker future. So I do have to ask you, what direction do you see your collection going in the future?
Well, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm thinking different this year and the end of last year. I was seeing it going like I'm trying to chase every hot exclusive Jordan 1. But they flood the market with shoes that look like the Ducks, the Air Force Ones. They look the Blazers. They all look similar. Where I see myself going with it is I'm going back to collecting retros and classics. More of the NBA players, the football players' signature shoes from the 90s and 80s and the early 2000s. So that's why I see my collection going because, no lie, I'm kind of getting over Jordan 1. I'm not really impressed. with the colors, because the colors they're coming out with, I know is a classic or retro or PE in that colorway that I'd rather have than the Jordan 1.
Mm.
And I think I kind of crushed the game a little bit, not cloning it, you know what I'm saying, looking like everybody else. Because after a while, I think they're going to flood it so much, the volume's going to go down or it's going to go high for older colors or something like that. I don't know, but I really think the volume's going to go down on ones. Because I just feel like people get tired of the same thing after a while.
Nah, I feel it. I feel it. Okay. So for TG, what is your holy grail? What's that shoe you haven't been able to put your hands on? It slips through your fingers. You know, being like, or it's just more than you might want to pay. Like, what shoe is it? Is it that DB4 or is it something else?
No, man. See, there's levels to this. Like you said, the shoe. I'll probably shed a tear if you give it a DB4, right? But I'll cry if I get the airbags. If I get the airbags, I'll break down. Then that's a shoe
Yeah.
that I'll drop the mic on. Like, okay. And I'm not talking about the first one that was auctioned off that just looked like it. I mean the one that's self-lacing. If I get those pair, I'll be good. I think that'll be the last shoe I ever get. Because it'll probably kill a half a bank account for me, man. Yeah, that's the shoe right there, man. That's the shoe for me, an airbag.
It's people, celebrities that have them. Like, yeah, I've worn them. Like, if I ever get my hands on some Air Mags, I'm wearing them. Y'all will see it, both Shorty C94.
Yeah.
Chris Weather's Facebook, nigga. I'm wearing the mags. The bitches are gonna be lit up. It's gonna be going.
Hey, look, listen. I'm gonna be on the other side of the screen beside you with the other shoe on. If you ever get it, we're gonna be looking at somebody else. One shoe a piece on.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I mean, I would love to own those. So I definitely feel that. So what's on your radar next for like we'll say the next quarter, the next 2 or 3 months? What do you plan on copping?
Oh, you mentioned one, call it the Blue Toe Iverson questions. I don't know when they're breaking the Denver Nuggets ones out. That's pretty dope. Kind of got like a UNC yellow vibe to it. Basically, Denver Nuggets colors. And honestly, I'd be done with Iversons. Honestly, once I get those two pair. And I also want what is it? The Barclays. The CB94s with the 34 on it, they pretty dope.
Yeah, the white
just to see the number on it, oh man, that was creative. Honestly, I'm still doing my research on it. I don't know if he wore them or not, but it looks so OG, man. I gotta get them just to have the number on it. There's not too many shoes you see with the number on it.
I really think those were an Amari Stoudemire PE when he was on Phoenix. They made some CB94s for him, and instead of STAT, STAT, I think they just put the 34 instead for Charles. So there may be that, but I don't know. I gotta see him in person. But if it's not the black, white, and purple or the all black, I don't know. It'd be kind of like I got to see it in person.
I feel you. So I got to get them because I actually had the black ones, and I got it true to size. And when I put it on, it took me like 15 minutes to put it on. I let them go, and it was difficult to get back in the right size. So I definitely have to get these just to satisfy that urge for them.
Got you. You ain't gonna mess with none of the pennies?
Oh yeah, the penny ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want the OG penny ones. When it comes out of pennies, I feel like I feel more comfortable with the OG colorway, or as far as the fall posit, a collab. I like the collab, but as far as his older pennies, I like the Atlanta Magic colorway because I don't purchase a lot of. I purchase a lot of blue shoes. I don't see a lot of pillar blue shoes out there, royal blue. But when it comes out of pennies, it's executed right. So I would love to get the OGs, anything come down to penny colorway, Atlanta Magic colorway. So yeah, I'll try to cop those.
All right, for sure. Okay. All right. Now, before we go, it's been a really great interview. I appreciate having you on. Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, dang, I gotta ask you the key question. What's your top shoe of the year?
Of last year, 2021.
Last year, and what's the top shoe you gunning for this year?
Um, I'll say for me, my top pickup of last year. Ooh, as far as new releases that came out last year, probably the Air Max One Clot from 2006, the clear joints.
Okay.
Them, all of those Air Max 96s were really big for me too. The Tuned Max. This year, those white penny ones are probably the shoe, if I'm thinking a quarter one, that I really want. I need those UNC sixes as well. Hopefully, it won't be five or fuck shit. But
yeah,
yellow toe
that's a
one.
bus cop.
I need those white and navy sixes because I had them back in
Yeah,
2000. They
dope.
lasted all the way until 2014 before they crumbled. So I need a new pair of those too.
Right.
But that's what I'm looking at from the outset. The Orlando Penny one, I don't really know if I'm going to buy over because my pair from 2011 is still in really good shape. Actually, I wore the All-Star color yesterday. It's just here because I had a live yesterday where I needed them. But
Okay.
you know, I don't know if I would buy the Orlando again because my pair is in such good shape. But
Right.
you know, store and I have money and ain't nothing else there. It's game time.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope, man.
I wish I would have got the I'm on my year threes. I really was like, they released them a couple times, and I was like, that's for the ladies. And then the last sneaker,
Right.
I could mess with those. And I took an L on them, and now they're like $600. So that's more than I would want to. I can get a pair of cement.
You still gonna have them. I know. You still gonna have them.
I hope so. But for that kind of money, I get some 88 threes or some Justin Timberlake's or something for that kind of money.
Oh yeah, 88 threes. Yeah, they hard. Yeah, they way harder. Yeah. I feel you on that. Yeah, you copy those threes later on. The fire red threes.
Maybe it's like my least favorite OG3. I mean, I would be more excited.
Oh.
I have the other two. My pair from 07 is chipping. My pair from 13 looks brand new. So I would literally just be buying it for the Nike Air. And I didn't do that last year with the Carmine because 14 Carmines are still. So I don't know. It depends. I don't really have a lot of wearable threes left that haven't started chipping and crumbling. So maybe.
Okay, I feel you. Yeah. That's basically, I appreciate you having me on your show, man. You're pretty dope. If people don't know who you are, they need to know. Because you got a crazy shoe game, man, up there with Mayor, man. They're sleeping on you, man, if they don't know who you are. So, like I said, I appreciate you having me on your show, man.
Man, thank you so much for being here, man. And, since we right down the street from each other, I'm hitting you up like, nigga, did you see this? You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely. Yeah, man.
So we definitely gotta link up, man.
For sure. That NC connect. So, but I appreciate, you being here. Thank you for everybody in the chat, everybody, watching. You know what I'm saying? This was episode 64 of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. On behalf of my guest, TDG7, I'm Shorty C94. We will see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace, G.